Gunter Gleben Glotzen Globen. Give it to me, baby. Uh-huh. Give it to me, baby. Uh-huh. Give it to me, baby. Uh-huh. And all the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis. You know it's kind of hard just to get along today. Our subject isn't cool, but he fakes it anyway. He may not have a clue, and he may not have style, but everything he lacks, well, he makes up in denial. So don't debate. A player's straight. You know he really doesn't get it anyway. Gonna play the field and keep it real. For you, no way. For you, no way. So if you don't rate, just overcompensate. At least you'll know you can always go on Ricky Lake. The world needs wannabes. Hey, do that brand new thing. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. And all the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. He needs some cool tunes, not just any will suffice, but they didn't have ice cubes, so he bought vanilla ice. Now cruising in his Pinto, he sees homies as he passed, but if he looks twice, they're gonna kick his lily ass. So don't debate, a player's straight. You know he really doesn't get it anyway. Gonna play the field and keep it real. For you, no way. For you, no way. So if you don't rate, just overcompensate. At least you'll know you can always go on Ricky Lake. The world loves wannabes. Hey, do that brand new thing. Now he's getting a tattoo, yeah, he's getting ink done. He asked for a 13, but they drew a 31. Friends say he's trying too hard and he's not quite hip. But in his own mind, he's the dopest trip. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis. Don't debate a player straight. You know he really doesn't get it anyway. Gonna play the field and keep it real. For you, no way. For you, no way. So if you don't rate, just overcompensate. At least you'll know you can always go on Ricky Lake. The world needs wannabes. The world loves wannabes. Let's get some more wannabes. Hey, do that brand new thing. I'm gonna pop some tags, only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. Yeah, I walk into the club like, what up? I got a big cock, I'm just pumped up. Bought some shit from the thrift shop. Ice on the fringe is so damn frosty. The people like, damn, that's a cold ass. Yeah, rolling in that deep, headed to the mezzanine, breast and all pink, except my gator shoes, those are green, draped in leopard mink. Girl standing next to me probably should have watched. It smells like R. Kelly. But shit, it was 99 cents. Buy a confident watching it. About to go get some compliments passing up on those occasions. Someone else has been walking in bummy and grudgy. Fuck it, man. I'm spending and flossy, saving my money. I'm hella happy. That's a bargain, bitch. I'ma take your grandpa style. I'ma take your grandpa style. No, for real. Ask your grandpa. Did I have his hand-me-downs? Leather jumpsuit and some house slippers. Dookie brown leather jacket that I found digging. They had a broken keyboard. I bought a broken keyboard. I brought a skeet blanket. Then I brought a new board. Hello. My ace man, my mellow. John Wayne ain't got nothing on my fringe game. Hell no. I could take some Pro Wings, make them cool, sell those. The sneakerheads would be like, ah, you got the Velcro. I'm gonna pop some tag. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is the thing. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is the thing. What do you know about rocking a wolf on your noggin? What do you know about wearing a fur fox skin? I'm digging, I'm searching right through that luggage. One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Thank your granddad for donating that plaid button up shirt, cause right now I'm up here in Sutton. I'm at Goodwill, you can find me in the Uptons. I'm not stuck in searching in the section. Your granny, your auntie, your mommy, your mammy. I'll take those flannel zebra jammies, secondhand them. I'll rock that motherfucker. They built in onesies with the socks on the motherfucker. I hit the party, they stop in that motherfucker. They'd be like, oh, that Gucci, that's hella tight. I'm like, yo, that's $50 for a t-shirt. Limited edition, let's do some simple edition. $50 for a t-shirt, that's just some ignorant bitch shit. I call that getting swindled and pimp shit. I call that getting tricked by business. That shirt's hella dough, and having the same one as 6 other people in the club is a hella don't beat me game. Come take a look through my telescope, trying to get girls from a brand, man, you hella won't. Man, you hella won't. You hella won't. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. I wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible. I'm in this big ass coat from that thrift shop down the road. I wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible. I'm in this big ass coat from that thrift shop down the road. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. Hello. Hope everyone's having a nice Tuesday. I don't remember what day it was. Happy Tuesday. I'm here. I'm alive. Hope you had a nice Monday night. Hello. I'm back. I'm feeling good. Great news. I quiet quitted home safety hotline. I decided to quiet quit it. I guess now I'm saying it loudly. They didn't. It was a shit job. I didn't want it. They didn't even have internet running at the office. It was awful. It was the New York City apartment of jobs. Hi, Romola. Math is kicking my ass. What is your advice? The immortal science of... Hold on, let me get the video. Where is it? This, even though I have highlighted this as a movie, this is technically not a movie. But I cannot... I mean, this is obscure enough. There's no, like, thing for it on Twitch. So already you know what I'm about to play is a problem. I did not look up the fail state. I just quit. Where is it? Where's that video of the wombat while the AI reading explains Marxist Leninism? What am I leaning today and what am I losing today? We'll see. I mean, you're gonna be the most prepared for today. I'll tell you now. At sourcing jokes to chat. I mean, isn't that what art is, though? You need to, like... when you release art into the world, you need a canvas, right? You need a canvas. And then when you have your canvas, you need the paint, right? It's not just art alone. Potion Yeller, thanks for the 2 months of Prime. They said gup. I don't know why that made me laugh. Why am I laughing at that? You don't have anything. What do you mean I don't have anything? I do have a lot. I was reading Anna Karenina last night. I've given you more information on the Romans than you'll ever receive from anybody to the right of me. Period. How advanced will today's stream be? It may be pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. By the way, remember yesterday I said I think that Kristi Noem will get disintegrated from the admin, and then the same day Bovino got nuked. That feels good. It feels good having being right sometimes. I didn't know it was like that. Can we bring a fighting game player in to see if this stream kills them? It's not gonna kill them. It's just I'm just streaming. You did call it. Can you be correct more often, please? Okay. I've already said that this carries the energy of 1905. I said that yesterday. However, I will flip the chessboard because we have internet now. And that's a big change. Ledin got emails now. We can only hope Stephen Miller gets removed. I'll give you my real ass political take. Yeah. I think what you're going to have happen, my read for the next 2 months, or I would say month to like 2 weeks ish. I think all the like extreme like ideologues in the government that are like, you know, like more ideologically aligned than like financially aspirational, I think they'll just gradually keep kicking them out in an attempt to like normalize what they've done already, because the rich people will not want to be associated with the policies. So they're going to just focus on the faces of like these policies, like Miller, like Noem, probably even like, you know, Kash Patel in the same way, right? Like just people that are out there and are controversial, maybe not respected, they will just be viewed as like pawns to be used. And then once it gets to the point where there are like the ideologues getting mad that their guys are being removed from the government, that's when you truly know that this era of Trumpism is over. That's my read. I think that it's very soon, it's very likely that they will get like burned, but it'll be because of money. It won't be because of like their ideology. It'll be because their policies are radical enough to aggravate the average person enough to where like I heard Hassan yesterday say he thought Minneapolis was ready for socialist mobilizing, and my jaw fucking dropped hearing that, dude. I swear to God, I would say for a lot of like leftists, right? There's definitely like an era issue with reading a lot of theory, right? Where like you reading this theory, you are kind of transported back to these these time frames where it was a lot more like labor power was a lot different, right? Like there's a lot more momentum. These were during these weeks and months where a lot was happening. Like even if you view like what is it, 1848, 1849, that's like so much happens in 1848, even to 1850, right? The Springtime of the Peoples. That's what I'm thinking of. Springtime of the Peoples. It's easy to read the Communist Manifesto and then be like, yeah, this makes sense. Uh, However, no, I'm talking about 1800s. Sorry. Here's context for you. Um, and I think it makes it hard to have a good grasp on like the level of labor militancy any kind of in any kind of society, like current society. It's hard to process it in the same way, right? um I agree with that. I do agree with that, but I think Hassan is a lot more reserved when it comes to making reads like that. And the reason why I bring it up is because seeing how they did mobilize in Minneapolis, I was really like shocked. I mean, I'm sure the average person also kind of shares, at least the average leftist, shares a level of like, I don't want to say distrust, but a lack of expectations, right? Even like BLM, right? BLM had a huge amount of mobilization, but I think you could argue about like, say, politicians trying to co-opt the movement into like weakening it, right? Like there was a lot of pushback against BLM from politicians. I remember that a lot. Even like politicians who had kind of tied their wagon to BLM early in the year. I remember by the end of the year, like after especially Portland and shit, and whatever you want to say about Andrew Callahan, he did a lot of really good coverage back in they did a lot of he did a lot of great coverage of the BLM protests. A lot of them were really well done. Um yeah. I mean that is how it always is, right? That's how it always goes. Uh Grassroots mobilization into uh the political establishment co-opting and then disowning it or watering it down. But like, I don't know, the way that even back then, like people seem pretty mad, but like, how do I say this? I think I think there is a lot more general labor understanding, like just understanding of like the structure of labor and things like that. Even people who do not understand Marxist ideology or like understand even just the dynamic of what labor is, like a lot of people still have a general like pushing up against the glass understanding of class, right? And I think newest, like the latest Trump administration kind of exhibits some of the worst aspects of it, where they're like a lot of the shit he does, like just like the soft power dynamic that became very prominent out of World War II. There was a reason for that. right? Like there was a reason why they tried to get very like careful about how they exerted their power. Yeah, it's just straight up hard power. And do you know how long ago? Do you know how they even came to the conclusion of soft power in this way? They learned it from the fucking Romans, dude. They learned that shit from the Romans. That's how old it is. Like straight up. Yeah, you got to keep it 300 like the Romans on that one. You do. But like because of that, like the reason why things in Europe, like why a lot of revolutions in Europe happened, such as this one, the Springtime of the Peoples. I don't even know how many countries were in this. It was a large amount. Let's see. Palermo, Sicily, Paris, Germany. Like, can you explain it to me like it's Mario Kart? Absolutely. This is a this is one of the Olympic tracks, like the Vancouver track, you know? Think of it like that. Each point from 1 to 12, or 1 to 17 is a checkpoint. There is one map, there's one course. It changes per rounds. It is Vancouver, the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe map. If you don't understand that, you don't play this game. Um I think but yeah, I think that the dynamic of how Trump does like a lot of hard power, I think there is a like a annoying liberal yo-yo effect where Trump does like a hard power thing and then he gets angry that things didn't go his way and then he's like I'll do it if you do something for me. So then he's just like I did hard power to get the soft power outcome. But I think each time he does that, there's like people who get more and more radicalized, right? And the reason why I think that is because the last time we had like a major hard power policy in North America or in I mean in general, it's been quite a while. That was the Iraq war. The war on terrorism was hard power as a policy, right? That is literally how it was designed, right? So like I don't know. I definitely do see I definitely do see a lot more general. I mean, yeah, that is true because in America now, at least before, when the libs they would do the resistance liberalism, that shit. Remember resistance liberalism? Resistance liberalism. Oh my god. I forgot there was a paper called Resist. Yeah. Like yeah, I mean definitely the average person has been pushed left more and more because like how for the average person politics works is a lot more like I like obviously for a lot of people in here, I talk a lot about history and politics. And a lot of the shit that is a product of the modern political like establishment and institutions are all things like, learned over these years, right? In the same sort of way that Marxists have grown and changed their ideology and changed their approach to implementing their attempt to implement a socialist state. For a lot of people, they don't have that same comprehension of what politics is. Lenin actually wrote about this when he discussed bourgeois democracy. And what he mostly talks about is it means it being a pressure valve in the sense that people in general view politics as a thing that is ongoing but is also timed and dated, right? So like a lot of people will think, okay, well the stuff from early 2000s, it's done, right? There's no issues in the same way. We voted them out. It's over, right? As if I guess it's a heavily individualized approach to politics. So like I think that since a lot of both left and right uh, candidates in North America have been very passive and very centrist. I think because the right has swung so hard into towards fascism, I think that the average person will likely yo-yo a bit more towards leftist ideas, not because of like this yo-yo, but I think more because uh everything else has been shown now, right? Like at this point we got the Nazis back. But for leftists, right? Like who was the last big leftist in North America as a leader? Like that's like Obama. Like when he platformed himself as like the Mr. Change, you know? I think that Zoran focusing on New York and trying to do the example of change strategy is a good idea for the modern day. Huey Long? Yes. You really said Huey Long? God damn. I need a moment to process this. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not comfortable talking about the kingfish, okay? Let's just say that. We're taking out the kingfish out of this one. It's literally like sewer socialism, right? Like the Wisconsin movement. It's literally like that. Is it McLevy? Jasper McLevy? It could be. I mean, even just seeing that it's Eugene Levy. That he's Canadian, first of all. I will say reading that one, like I have a theory that processing history is a two-man job. Okay? You need someone who knows history and someone who knows a lot about what's going on right now. Okay. Goose, I will say the thing that is promising about Zoran, and not just Zoran, but uh his like kind of the movement that he's or the momentum he started, I should say. In Canada are we have a NDP leadership race. I think it's tomorrow actually is the day. And the current frontrunner is Avi Lewis, who is a like old school kind of like I mean like literally he is the grandson of the founder of the leftist party in Canada, but he's definitely a leftist figure, right? Like he's not like a center left figure. He is a like he's advocating directly for DemSoc policies, right? Uh so I'm hoping he wins. I have high hopes for him. He seems like kind of I have a lot of belief in Avi Lewis for the future for NDP for sure. And I think even in Canada, the average view of like I kind of think America this is not something I will say confidently, but this is my vibe. I'm going to vibe post real quick before I start this game. Uh I think the average person I meet that interacts with politics, their opinion of capitalism gradually goes down more and more that they associate Trump with capitalism. And the funniest thing about this is Alberta is having a like a thing right now because there's this like fake separatist movement or something. They do this every so often. Like they do this bullshit where they uh they like just bang bang over and over again just demand Alberta separatism. But I mean realistically if I had to guess, it is a product of a lot of gas and oil money. And even the people in Alberta who like they're like our like in Canada they're like our Floridians, right? Like that's kind of how they're viewed in the East. They hate their government right now. Like they're like calling for the death penalty for the premier of Alberta because she's like even posturing. She's posturing towards it. So it's a fascinating time. Alberta's like Texas. I mean, it's in how do I word this? I don't know if I would say that. In like in terms of like economy, I don't think so. I feel like the reason why we associate Alberta with Florida is not because of the nationalistic approach or like the how they emphasize like oh I'm Texan, it's for Canada, like the culture of Alberta sticks out like a sore thumb, right? A lot of Canadian culture is literally we are not America and we love this shit. That's the whole idea. Like it's literally just look at how bad those guys are, right? It's just like white people. It's just like white people, right? It's just like white people. When I do my woke of the warlord era thing, right? It's like, well, at least I'm not the racist guys. That's the whole thing what Canada culture is. That's what it is. So Alberta on the other hand is just like, no, they're fine. We like them. So everyone else in Canada is like, who the fuck are they? We don't know who you are. And then because of that, everyone in Alberta hates the rest of Canada because they're like, they hate us. They hate us and they're not nice to us. I mean, it's more complicated, but that's a summary. All right, you want your fucking movie? You want your fucking movie, man? Where am I? Oh, okay. Here I am. Like that one song, here I am. Uh, so this game is called TLC. Uh, I'm fascinated by it, but I'm also a little alarmed. I won't lie to you. Hold on. Why are you red? The revolution's coming, champ. Only got high, high hopes for a living. I need that old. I remember those old dance videos were beautiful. When Mayo Pete. No, check this out. And you know this is going to be hot too. Look at this. Watch what you wish for. You see this shit? Help. Help for tender loving care. iPhone and iPod users, please visit Trilobite Games. Okay, that's a bad sign. Introduction. You are about to experience a fantasy quite unlike anything you've ever seen or felt before. A fantasy built from the very stuff of your own mind. This is like when comedians do that. They're like, I did a podcast so everyone could see what my dark, twisted mind is like, and I do the funny stuff, Tender loving care is not just a finely crafted suspense story, it's an exploration into your innermost perceptions, opinions, and attitudes. The unfolding story is shaped and changed by your response to it so that no two people will experience it in exactly the same way. The variations in the way the story unfolds are seamless and transparent to the viewer. Featuring the acclaimed British actor and two-time Oscar nominee John Hurt. You know the true story? When I heard John Hurt for the first time, I laughed because I thought they were talking about Johnny Cash, but they just I don't know, they just changed his surname or something. It shortened his name. I just thought it was like, like Steve Punch. Do you know what I mean? Midnight Express Elephant Man Contact V for Vendetta. Oh, he's in V for Vendetta as Dr. Turner. TLC is a feature-length film combined with computer game-like navigation and interactivity. The player is voyeur, detective, judge, and patient all in one. Why am I a voyeur? That's kind of freaky. And between each variable scene, Dr. Turner enlists the viewer's help in assessing the behavior of each of the film's characters. Turner's beautiful, deluded patient, her dangerous husband, and the mysterious, seductive psychiatric nurse enlisted to provide what may or may not be tender, loving care. The viewer's answers to Dr. Turner's questions shape the course of the action and the final outcome of the story. The viewer, too, becomes one of Dr. Turner's patients, taking a series of thematic apperception tests, TATs, the results of which create a progressively accumulating personal psychological profile. Okay. How it works. From the moment you enter the world of Michael and Allison Overton, your interaction with TLC follow a 4-phase cycle that repeats many times as experience progresses. Story episode. In the first phase, you'll view a segment of the story in which you gather information about the disturbing secrets being kept in the Overton household. These story episodes are generally 5 to 10 minutes long and may vary according to your answers to the exit poll. The exit poll? Like I just voted? Exit polls. After the story segment ends, you'll have the opportunity to chat with Dr. Cecil Turner of the Chrysalis Institute. Dr. Turner will conduct an exit poll in which he'll ask you several questions about what you've just seen. Some of the questions are quite personal and intimate. Please be assured your answers are confidential. Okay. In addition to your responses to the exit polls, your answers to the tats offered by Dr. Turner at the end of each story determine how you're. Yeah. All right. I think I'm good. Wait, what is reality check? Okay, let's go. Should I make this smaller? I don't think it looks bad no matter what. I guess this is better. It's more realistic this way. It's kind of like watching on one of those really small TVs from the 90s.
I love this part of the valley.
I need subtitles now.
But as the saying goes, looks can indeed be deceiving. This place is for sale now. Nobody's buying. Not after what happened here. It's troubling because no one really knows just
Set the
what
baby
happened.
volume. Is it? How is it now?
I should know. Oh, I'm Dr. Turner, by the way. I'm a
Whispering. Why is she
psychiatrist.
talking about the movie? I'm here.
I was close to all the players in this event. But it's as much a mystery to me as it is to anyone else. Perhaps you can help. A fresh eye and an uncluttered view. And maybe together we can reassemble the happenings and get a better understanding of what took place. We can only hope.
Is it weird? But when British doctors talk to me, I get really uncomfortable. I don't know what it is. I think I distrust British authority. Maybe it was all those years It's Doc Howard or whatever his name is. The guy that's always like he's the coolest doctor in the valley. But then when like everyone talks to him, he's like, "Hey, fuck off. I don't want to help you." Until he has to help them and it's like, "All right." Hitman song? You mean Ah Maria? I got yelled at by my singing teacher by doing that song, and I did it so badly. I was a baritone, just so you know. Not equipped for this. I literally got yelled at. They said it was sacrilegious. I was like, I just like it. I just like it. Musical family. Well, being from a musical family makes you even more aware of your limits. That's what you guys don't understand. And I'm happy to stay in them. This is a novel? David Wheeler.
Breakfast time. did you get Jody's breakfast?
Oatmeal and raisins, like always.
She loves her oatmeal.
Yeah, she certainly does.
It's the
So you're
90s.
starting a
It's
new project.
arguably
What's it
cooler.
gonna be this time?
It's a sweater for Jody.
Thought so. It's her
I
favorite
mean,
color.
my pagan uncle
Yes, it
wouldn't. I mean, most of my family wouldn't care either.
Allison,
It's just,
do you remember the nurse we discussed?
you know, it's like, I don't know, like
The nurse for Jody?
random North American dudes.
Michael, I told you, I can take care of Jody myself.
I know, but Dr. Turner thinks it would be best if we just...
Michael, please.
This guy's
think it
giving
would be
me
best for
Bizarro.
That's for both men, isn't it?
What's that
What's
guy
best for
from The
Joey?
Mummy?
Allison,
What's his name?
isn't it?
Yes.
Good.
Brendan Fraser. He's
Nurse
giving
is
me
coming today.
Bizarro Brendan Fraser right now.
Today?
Yeah,
Yes, her
that's
name
it.
is Mrs. Randolph.
Is she gonna live here
It
with
is the
us?
hair, honestly. Like that, the whole
For a
like
while.
like
till things get a little
curved
better.
edges, but like up. That's his shit. That's his shit.
Jody's not gonna like her.
I think she'll be very helpful. And then maybe I can get back to work.
And leave us here alone with her?
Let's just give it a chance, okay? Let's see what happens. Allison,
My issue with this
Okay.
game so far, my autism flares up every time I hear the tick of the clock.
good.
It's not good. Why does he look so small from the shot? He look like Mini-Man over there. I've realized also, if you ever say that about any man in the world, they just lose their shit. I don't care if I said about anybody, Mini-Man's over there, it's over.
This man. This is a $50 fare from the airport.
This man.
It's 25 miles. $2 a mile.
Mrs. Randolph,
Yes. Am I being overcharged?
I'll take care of it.
She's some piece of work.
I wouldn't tip him. He doesn't deserve it.
That
Thanks for your trouble.
pose.
Thanks, man. Good luck.
Hold on. Dude, it's literally just...
Michael Overton.
Don't tip him.
Something wrong, Mr. Overton?
You're not quite what I expected.
What did you expect?
You're very young.
I'm qualified for the job,
Dr. Turner said your qualifications were excellent.
but you disagree?
I just expected
It is a little
someone with
mbop,
more
isn't it? Mbop.
experience.
I've been a psychiatric nurse for 6 years.
A little
And I'm
Hanson.
a licensed psychotherapist.
I'm sorry. You just don't look like a Mrs. Randolph to me. I was expecting an older person, maybe a semi-retired widow or something.
If in your opinion I'm unsuitable, then I'll leave.
No, I don't.
On the other hand...
Why the hell do I got
Mr.
some pretty woman here? I thought you were supposed to be old and
Why don't you just call me
educated.
Catherine, and let's get on with it.
Okay, Catherine. Let me show you your room.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was expecting grandma.
It's up the stairs.
No wonder his marriage is falling apart. Shut the hell up.
Turn right at the top. It's at the end of the hall.
You know what it is? This is Brendan Fraser mixed with... Who's that? The guy from... What's his name? He's like a weird gothic looking dude. What's his name? He's an actor. He's not gothic, but he's goth adjacent.
We had the entire house remodeled.
This is very important.
It's my parents' place. I inherited it after my father died.
When was that?
He did Star Wars. He did Star Wars, the new one. Adam Driver. Yes, he's Brendan Fraser fused with Adam
I'm looking
Driver.
forward to meeting your wife,
No car
I
keys.
think you're here to take care of our daughter.
Jody.
Yes. Jody. You know the situation?
Of course. I'd like to change first.
When you wear a nurse's uniform or something?
Yeah, he's goth adjacent. He's not goth, he's goth adjacent.
Excuse me. I'd like to get started.
We'll be down if you need us.
He ran the way that he fled out of the room was the same way that Rocket flees out of the room when I start like when I catch her doing something she shouldn't be doing.
He said she wasn't what he expected, but he seemed to be saying that if a woman has a Mrs. in front of her name, she should be older. Now, what does that say about Michael? Or does it say anything? Now, there are some other points that I'm not clear about, and I could use some help. I'd appreciate it.
This is
if you
probably
take
the most
time to
realistic
express
thing.
Your opinion about some of the things we've just seen. A few simple questions.
Okay. All right,
What
exit.
emotion do you feel most strongly toward Catherine?
Me? Attraction, mistrust, admiration, compassion, contempt. I mean, compassion. She's dealing with some dumb fuck.
What emotion do you feel most strongly toward Allison?
Compassion, because she's dealing with a dumbass dude.
I am generally a good person.
I am generally a good person. I mean, I'm proud. I'm proud to do things nicely.
I like to watch people doing intimate things.
Hold on, what? Wait, what? Why would after why okay, explain something to me. Why was the preface to I am generally a good person into I like to watch people doing intimate things? I mean, okay, here's the issue. Okay, yeah, but like I don't know, this is kind of a weird framing, you know? It's a weird framing. It's like when the government calls you a criminal, but it's because you accidentally downloaded Metallica Fire to the Flames.mp3, you know? Like that level of misframing. It's I think we need to step back and re-examine the situation. I don't know. I'm indifferent, I guess. No, I don't. I don't know. I wasn't ready. Now I'm nervous. I mean, I guess somewhat.
My dream life is most often colored by...
Nightmares, pleasant images, out-of-body experiences, sexual fantasies. Sexual fantasies? Is it? I'm not gonna see people have sex, am I? I'm scared. I think it may be pleasant images. It's more like out-of-body experiences.
I don't keep a diary because I'm afraid somebody might read it and find out what kind of person I am.
That's definitely not it. At all.
How did you feel when Catherine began undressing in front of Michael?
Titillated, amused, offended, intrigued, uncomfortable.
I may do something slightly dangerous if I'm in the mood.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What does this mean? I'm getting kind of nervous here. I don't think so. Where the fuck am I? I don't want to read someone's diary. It's not mine. Who the fuck am I calling?
Hi, I'm Randy Vixen. Welcome to 1-900 Hot Licks. Get ready for the call of your life. You have chosen fantasy number 17.
No. I gotta look around. I gotta look around. This guy, I think this guy has a sex problem or something. Like, I don't know.
Have you caught the Dr. Betty Show yet? She's smart, wise, witty, tough, and fun. She may even be just a little bit psychic. She's a wife and a mother with a PhD degree in family matters and human relationship analysis. Dr. Betty will challenge, confront, delight, and even frighten you. She's the mother you always wanted, the sister you missed out on, and the wife you can't have. For clear, pointed, and useful answers to your problems, tune into KPRB every day at noon. Dr. Betty's the prescription your regular doctor forgot to give you.
I think I'd rather read the diary at this point. I don't want that woman here. What does Michael think he's doing? Never listens to me. He never listens to me. That woman. I can't read this. For multiple reasons. You can't, I don't know. There's something deeply unsettling about, there's something, oh Jesus. Oh my God, dude, I miss, do you guys remember those old dungeon crawlers? The old dungeon crawlers that had like effects like that, the 3D effects. I miss shit like that. I remember a kid when I was like 6 or 7 brought over this game that was like this old like 80s early 90s dungeon crawler that had like the same effects, and it blew my fucking mind. Hold on, someone's eating drugs. What? Why is there what is this file thing?
When you've concluded this test, you will return to the story. Do you wish to proceed?
No, I need to look around a little more. What's in the trash? I don't like...
When you...
I gotta go somewhere else. No, I gotta go. Another 3D effect is calling me. This is that shit when you... This is that shit that happens when you get a new graphics card and you need a new, like... And you're like, I need to bench test this fella or whatever. Yes, Last Claire recommended it. It was not me. Catherine L. Randolph, registered nurse. Okay. Career objective, seeks in-home placement as psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. From the 90s. Initial D, running from the 90s, I assume. Assistant to the Chief of Staff, Schneider Clinic. Treatment Center for Sex Therapy. Provided necessitated treatment for patients with variety of sexual problems, including the lack of desire, lack of orgasm, erection problems, from premature ejaculation. The night before Mrs. Randolph is to arrive, this evening at dusk, the trees stood so still. To the right, across the field, I saw the dark mountains against the purple night sky. I heard a crow in the woods. It's so lonely out here. We haven't made love since the accident. We used to have such a great sex life. We were totally why do I have to be involved in this? I feel like I'm learning too much. I feel like you know what this game is? Do you know what this game is? This game is the real life modern equivalent of being a third party in Twitter drama between two of your friends who are having a breakup. I'm the therapist? Me? I don't want to be the therapist. I don't want to be the therapist anymore. I'm not even going to read all that. She doesn't listen to the radio either. Christ, she doesn't even watch TV. Dr. Turner told me I should keep a journal. She said I have a lot of anger about the accident. Anger is just one of the emotions I'm feeling. If I could have given him a whole fucking list of feelings. Helplessness, there's a good one. And fear. I don't know, maybe he's right. There are things that have happened to me that I've wanted to tell someone about. Things that I've kept secret for too long. Things I've never even told Allison. I close those memories off, shut the door on them, but I can still hear them. It's like I'm living in an apartment with thin walls and my memories are noisy neighbors who won't just shut up. I forgot about one of the most important feelings I have. It's constant, like a toothache. The word deserves a whole line to itself. Desire. But she's not really there. I see her walking around this house and it's like she's a ghost. I used to wonder what it would be like to go to prison. Now I know I'm a prisoner here. This guy's okay. He has trauma. Okay, I'm the therapist. I need to start thinking therapy. This guy has trauma, but I think he's using sex as an outlet, as a coping mechanism. No, this is not Umineko writing. Shut the fuck up. Relax. Do you know what this is more like? Do you know what energy I get more from this than anything else? Alan Wake, actually. Like, the first game, how Alan Wake talks about his wife, it's the same kind of energy. I'm a writer, and I hate women. So when men have a healthy sex drive, it's because of trauma. Well, the thing is, I would not say that, but maybe it's just he's mad and he's horny, but then he gets angrier because he's horny and she's not putting out. That's it. I want you to read this middle sentence. Read this. I'm not reading out loud. I'm not reading this out loud. Yeah, hypersexuality as a trauma response is very normal. That's what I think too. Then what's the fucking point? What do you mean, what's the point? She's not really there. I see her walking around the house and she's like a ghost. I used to wonder what it'd be like to go to prison. Now I know. I'm a prisoner here. Like, I'm not gonna lie. There is clearly like trauma here. But like, look at the way that he talks about this. He correlates being in prison because she's distant from him. And he's getting angry because he's horny. I have a lot of time to myself, and I've been thinking about the past. Often I find myself thinking about sex. Could anyone blame me? One night in college, I had one of the most erotic experiences of my life. Some friends and I went to a bar. One of the girls brought her cousin who was visiting from another school. The cousin was this real knockout. I mean, drop dead gorgeous, and she was very sexual. She was wearing this really flimsy skirt and no bra. She told this amazing story about her trip to Europe that summer. She screwed this Italian guy on a train while the guy's girlfriend was asleep in the same compartment. She said it was the most passionate erotic adventure she'd ever had. Well, after a while, we were pretty more drunk. We were all pretty drunk. A lot more people showed up to our table, so the cousin playfully sat on my lap to make room for everyone. As she was sitting there, she started grinding her ass onto my lap. This is kind of zesty. This is kind of zesty.
When you
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody knew when they were like, what the fuck is going on? I just wanted to eat lunch. Literally, what happens is no one was gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? They were like, I need to eat and get the fuck out of here right now. There's something dangerous happening at the table. Shrink in the clink. Excuse me? Seattle. Merma Henson had a near-death experience with a weed whacker. She spent a week in the hospital and almost lost a vital appendage. This horrible event made her suffer from PTSD. Miyama was having nightmares. She wouldn't leave the house. She was so depressed she couldn't cook or clean or even do her makeup. Let's say you know this is from the 80s. She was so depressed she couldn't even put on her makeup, for God's sake. Her world had become a living hell. My poor husband didn't know what to do with me, said Miyama, a former beauty pageant runner-up and mother of two. He had almost given up hope. That's when a friend recommended Dr. Roland Luther, a specialist in post-traumatic stress disorder. Miyama took to Dr. Luther immediately. He had a way about him, said Mima. Like he had special powers or something. We'd already gotten a couple of similar complaints, said Thompson. A burly man with elegant hands. We thought this was kind of odd, so we decided to set up a sting operation with an undercover policewoman. Deborah Zimmerman, an attractive young detective, was assigned to the job of shrink bait. She was wired with a microphone and sent to Dr. Luther. God damn, dude. After Dr. Luther's arrest, over 100 of Dr. Luther's former patients came forward and claimed they had strange dreams and hazy memories. That sounded just like what happened to Miyama. I don't really like Mima as a name because it's very close to like how I would refer to my grandmother. Like the name. Like almost like, I guess in English it'd almost be like saying Mima. Like that kind of energy, you know? Dr. Mason, a police hypnotist, was called in. Wow, that's reassuring. After putting Dr. Luther's patients under, he discovered a startling and horrifying truth. Almost every one of Dr. Luther's female patients had been fondled, oh geez, molested, cuddled, or persuaded into actual intercourse. Dr. Mason, a bespectacled Richard Dreyfuss lookalike, stated Luther did not discriminate between his patients. It did not matter how old, how young, or well, how homely his patients were. He did something filthy with almost all of them. Dude. I'm experiencing many thoughts right now. I'm experiencing many thoughts and major anxieties because this is beginning to carry the energy of a game that is either deeply woke or is dangerously anti-healthcare. You know what I mean? Look, there's a path here to Oregon. Oh wait, this is the 90s. I forgot they needed this shit. This is the 90s. I forgot they needed this shit. Cow.
The first TAT will be given in the upstairs hall. Look for the Edward Hopper painting, Nighthawks.
Okay. MapQuest was doing numbers. It's my favorite painter. He's a good one. What's that? Modern psychology. You've always been on the cutting edge of psychiatric treatment. I remember in the 60s, you were one of the first medical doctors to seriously study Eastern mysticism and use meditation and holistic medicine in your therapy. Yes, as a child, I was always fascinated by mysticism. In college, I became an avid reader of Hermann Hesse. His books, especially Journey to the East, inspired me to go to India and study with a yoga teacher. Your peers would have thought you were a little crazy. Laugh. Let's just say they made a lot of curry jokes. And now you're into the internet. Yes, I've always been interested in computers. Always knew they would have a huge impact on our society. You've got a great webpage for your institute. It's a fantastic forum, the web, a great way to share one's ideas. You have online patients. Not yet, laughs, but now there are these things called synthespians, synthetic actors. I wouldn't be surprised if someday there were synthetic psychiatrics. Pseudo-psychiatrics, raising his eyebrows. Oh, I've known dozens of them already. So tell me about this new project you're working on, the virtual TAT. Yes. Well, the original TAT, or thematic perception test, was invented in the mid-30s by Morgan and Murray. It was called a method for investigating fantasy, a method for eliciting story constitutions from patients which are susceptible to interpretation by the psychiatrist. He's saying he's vibrating through what they say. Whoa, can I have a layman's version for that or less informed readers? Terribly sorry. The patient is shown an image and has to tell a story based on what he sees. How is this different from a Rorschach test? Oh, it's very different. Yeah. I only know the movie. It's very different. With a Rorschach, the patient is asked to describe what they see. I see a rat, I see the devil, my mother, etc. ad nauseum. But with a TAT, they're asked to tell a tale. The tat is much richer, much deeper. The responses are much more intricate. I remember a famous tat image, a child playing a violin. Yes, good example. A drawing of a little boy playing a violin. A Rorschach response to this image would be the same for everyone. I see a little boy with a violin. That's it. There's nothing more. But the tat responses are extraordinarily different and compelling. For example, the boy is sad. He wishes he could play baseball with the other kids. Or the boy loves daydreaming about being a concert violinist. Or even the boy hates his mother for making him play the violin. Very telling, the response. Why is storytelling so important? Well, we tell stories of ourselves every day. When we drift off into daydreams or fantasies, we are living out little plays in our mind with ourselves as the protagonists or heroes. Simply put, the tat is a brilliant way of finding out what people are thinking on an unconscious level, how they view the world, how they see themselves in this world. And that is how we gain insight and train the many ills which plague the human mind. So what is the virtual tat? The virtual tat, or VTAT, computer people love acronyms, is something I'm developing with the CD-ROM game company here in the Rogue Valley. It's a way people can experience a version of thematic app perception test in their own homes. How does it work? The subject is shown a series of images or objects. An image might be a well-known painting, for instance. You're familiar with Edward Hopper's splendidly moody painting, Nighthawks. The 40s diner at night. Yes. It's a painting fraught with subtext. The empty street, the lone man sitting at the bar, the young woman in a bright dress, the man next to her in the rakish fedora. You know, this is how I think. When I look at Nighthawks, I always look at the street and I infer from the street, right? It's like the light on. I ignore that. We can see it already. But what's in the dark, you know? Post the thinker, please. What are they doing here? And usually when that happens, one is projecting one's own fantasy life onto those paintings. The VTAT is based on this principle. We have created a pool of questions, an archetypal catalog, one might say, of responses people might have to those images. So back to the painting. We ask the subject, why is this man eating alone? And then we give a set of responses to choose from. Like what? The man works nights. He's a hard worker. Was the response tell you about the person who chose it? Lots of things. They chose a very normal sort of answer. They looked at this painting and saw the mundane. It could also mean they're obsessed with work. You're right, you know. You're not far off from the mark. Obviously, work was the most prominent thought in their mind. Another one of the answers might be the man sitting alone is contemplating suicide. I guess you don't have to have a PhD in psychiatry to interpret what that one means. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean the subject is suicidal. It may, however, point to a morose personality. By itself, this response isn't very significant, but taken with all the other answers, it builds a fairly complete profile of the subject. You mean the computer is keeping track of all these responses and measuring them? Yes, each response is assigned to one of several character traits. A character trait is like if someone is depressed or a sex freak. That's how you know this is from the 80s or 90s. In the psychiatric vernacular, we would say somebody is dissociated or displaying hedonic tendencies. So if I chose a lot of responses to reflect the dissociate trait, then the program, which we call vTurner, integrates that trait into its overall analysis of the subject. The subject actually gets a diagnosis. It's not exactly a diagnosis. What the VTAT will do is reveal the viewer a glimpse of their subconscious thought process. A comment might be, I detect that patient is disconnected from many normal day-to-day experiences, or I sense the patient feels as if they are standing outside themselves looking in. Most people don't even realize when they're thinking in a dissociative manner, or passively, or aggressively, or even paranoid for that matter. Although the VTAT is no substitute for true psychiatric analysis, the tests and feedback are based on solid psychological and scientific principles and should give the subject a reasonably accurate profile of his or her personality. It sounds fascinating. Yeah, it is. I mean, it is like Ryukishi versus the reader for sure. But it's like that, but you systematically removed all of the woke elements from Ryukishi's writing, you know? It sounds fascinating. It's also quite entertaining. Psychiatrists have made the study of the mind boring, but it doesn't have to be that way. How about a video game where you get to act out your most secret fantasies? Laughs, we're working on it. Well, since I'm the therapist, maybe I should read. I should read their diaries. Even though it's kind of unbecoming. You know? I'm their therapist. Okay, let's read. I don't want that woman here. What does Michael think he's doing? Never listening to me. He never listens to me. He never listens to me. That woman isn't going to touch her because we don't need any help. Hate nurses. They always stick that needle in so hard, so fast. This won't hurt a bit. Liars. After the accident, when I went into the intensive care unit where they were keeping Jody and a nurse was there wiping the blood off Jody's face. She wasn't cleaning her gently. She was rubbing her hard with an awful hospital face cloth, all rough and starts as if Jody couldn't feel it. And I screamed at that nurse. I said that rubbing so hard would hurt Jody's skin, and the nurse she just looked at me with this stupid expression like I was crazy or something. And I pushed her out of the way. Jody is scared at night because she is having nightmares like me and in her nightmares, mommy and daddy were killed, so she's all alone. So I sit on her bed and hold her hand. I tell her that everything is all right, but I can't help feeling this horrible feeling, this terrible feeling that something isn't right, that something is lurking outside like a prowler, that scary feeling you get when you think that something is under the bed or in the closet. Something bad is going to happen. Okay. Let me double check something.
Hi, I'm Randy Vixen. Welcome to 1-900 Hot Licks. Get ready for the call of your life. You have chosen fantasy number 17, Naughty Nurse Nellie.
Hello there. I'm the night nurse. My name is Nurse Nellie Naughton. You can just call me Nellie. When I'm not working at the hospital, I'm an erotic dancer. I have legs like a Barbie doll, but my hair is fiery red and curly. I have sensuous lips that long to be kissed, and my full breasts are just aching to get out of this oh-so-tight uniform. Do you like what you see? Good. I thought you would. Now, it's time for your sponge bath. Oh, why don't you sit up? Oh, that's good. Now I'm going to have to take off your gown.
I gotta get out of here.
Have you caught the doctor?
Stripper and nurse, this might be the hardest working woman in America. I wanted to make a joke about that. I can't even, because Married with Children did this joke 50 years ago with what is it? It was like a controversial episode because Al Bundy bought panties for his wife or some shit. And while they're gone, they get like, Peggy gets like male strippers over, and literally at the end of the episode, the male stripper's like, all right, I gotta go, bar exam tomorrow. Every time, dude. What did you say? Anytime you see the spiral icon over a place, okay, I gotta go to the hallway then. One thing I'm obsessed with from Married with Children easily is No Man. I constantly think about No Man. Constantly. Okay, I need you guys to understand this. Before I continue, this is very important. Al Bundy from Married with Children is like a character designed to make fun of the average hog from like the 70s, like 70s, 80s, right? A lot of the humor is preying on, like, at least at first, is preying on like Al having a reactionary response to the feminist movement, which is like it's a very woke way of analyzing Married with Children. But that is literally like the whole idea, basically. And some of the shit they came up with in the later seasons, like eventually it kind of does the thing where he's clearly being mocked, but the audience they kept getting, for whatever reason, did not get it, and they just loved this shit. And I'm pretty sure this era of Married with Children is where they kind of lose the consciousness of it. You'll understand in a moment. This is very important to understanding me.
Live from Chicago, it's Jerry Springer, the masculine
No Man.
Tonight's broadcast of The Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Man, National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood.
The guy with the John 3:16.
I would reveal my true identity, but for political reasons I cannot. But do not take me lightly. I once scored 4 touchdowns in a single game for Polk County.
Hey, Daddy once scored 4 touchdowns too.
That is Daddy, you mud flap. And that's Mr. Darcy and Mr. Anderson and Bob Rooney.
Boy, if Marcy finds out about this, she'll be down there in a second. Gee, I wonder if she's watching. Well, I guess so.
Every day for the past 30 years, you high-heeled pit bulls have blamed us for everything. From not being able to get into Harvard to not being able to get into stretch pants.
We've been called pigs. We've been called scum. We've even been called plywood bottom.
Or at least I have.
Well, we're sick and tired of this. Now, we have a list of demands, and if these demands are not met, we are going to take this masculine feminist and perform television's first sexorcism. Tell him what that is, Jefferson.
My name is Hank.
Oh, right. Sorry, Hank.
That's okay, Al.
Hey, thanks for the resub,
Anyway.
Socrates.
If our demands go unheeded,
I love
not
Married
only
with
will we
Children.
force Jerry to watch
I
hours
want
of
to get
pro
one of those shirts.
wrestling,
Unironically, I've
but
tried
we'll
to
force
in the
him to
past.
watch it in these: a stinky yellowed undershirt and a pair of boxers which read, "It's all me." It's all me, boxers, courtesy of Mr. Bob Rooney. I mean, Dirk Rooney. Back to you, Al. Clyde. The hell?
Demand 1. You gals want a ladies' night? Try having it in the kitchen, cooking for a man. Yeah! Demand 2. Don't put on a dress and ask us if it makes you look fat. We hate that. Besides, it's not the dress that makes you look fat, it's the fat that makes you look fat. Demand 3. Don't ask us to talk or cuddle after sex, or before sex, or during sex. You're lucky we take our pants off.
You take your pants off? How do you get them over your shoes?
Demand 4. Don't ask us to say I love you over the phone. It's hard enough to say it to someone we're paying $1 a minute to talk to.
Demand 5. Stop talking about Fabio.
Yeah, with his long flowing blonde hair and 48-inch chest, we're the ones who should be talking about him.
Anyway, those are our 5 demands. We had 5 more written down, but somebody couldn't blow his nose without a hanky. So
This is from like what, 78? This, I'm not kidding. I'm pretty sure 81? I thought it was from the 70s. This is season 8, so this would be in the 80s. Okay, this is from the mid 90s. I thought Married with Children was from the 80s. Yeah, it started in 87. Okay. But I guess in this context, it is late 90s, yes. Why was I thinking it was from the 70s? Yeah, I don't know why. Why did I think it was from the 70s? I mean, yeah. It is that style of hog, for sure. The show is more woke than you might think. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding when I say this, and this may shock some of you. I have watched every episode of Married with Children in my life. My grandma loves Married with Children a lot. So like throughout my childhood, I watched a lot of Married with Children and Golden Girls and shit like that from that same line, right? I'm pretty sure Married with Children I don't think it was the first positive portrayal of a trans character, but it was definitely one of the earliest positive portrayals of a trans person, for sure. I love No Ma'am though. I fucking love No Ma'am. It's so funny. Oh, I mean, of course. It's still like it was one of those non-politically correct shows, right? But I don't know. I wasn't alive in 87. You guys have to tell me how it was back then. Check this shit out.
What's the line on this game on Monday?
Call the whole thing up.
Hear ye, hear ye! I now call to order this meeting of No Ma'am, National Organization of Men Against Amazonian.
Can I be honest? I feel like this could have been Scruntley in like 20 years. Can I be honest? I feel like there is a thin wall between Al Bundy and Scruntley.
Masterhood. Brother Jefferson will read the minutes of our last meeting.
Except
801.
Scruntley would make no femme now
802.
or some shit.
803.
The same damn joke every week.
Hey, every time Bob Rooney plays the armpit tuba, you all laugh.
Well, that's funny. Let it rip, Bob.
Anyway, Last meeting, we bitched about the baseball strike, drank beer, peed, drank more beer, peed again, then hurried home to drink beer and pee.
Thank you, Brother Jefferson. Now on to new business. As you know, a new member, our very own Griff, is being initiated. So, Sergeant at Arms Ike, would you bring the plebe in?
They have an anti-feminist paramilitary group in their garage.
Now, Griff,
You've
you've survived
an
the initiation
anti-feminist
rites,
militia movement.
purchasing of panty shields in broad daylight, the attending a Julio concert in wig and matching ensemble. Are you ready for the third and final challenge?
Hey, I've got an ex-wife and I work in a shoe store. I feel no pain.
Then, Sergeant at Arms Ike, please escort Griff to the bathroom. Excuse me? I mean the Chamber of the Damned, please.
Hey, Al, are you sure we should put Griff through this?
Yeah, the human mind is only made of flesh and bone.
Hey, no, ma'am, isn't like California. You can't just walk in. Our standards have to be tough. And if a man can't stand a 2-hour videotape of Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, he's not strong enough to be a nomad. Now on to new business, men. We have got
That's
to do
you,
something
that Al
about
Bundy.
this baseball strike.
You're the leader.
It's affecting the way we
You're the
live.
chairman of
Yeah,
No
look,
Ma'am.
I had to take my wife to the beauty parlor.
I had to take my wife to the opera.
I had to take my wife.
You know, this is actually the modern incel movement, isn't it? Dude, this is actually like the modern right. This actually is. This is just the groypers. I didn't realize No Ma'am is just the groypers. Oh my god.
Make the Indians kill her, please!
Oh, it's true!
Now, if the players don't want to play, I don't give a damn. We don't need them. We can play with ourselves.
So the meeting is dismissed?
Ike, go in there with Griff.
This is Married with Children.
So we're gonna play baseball.
We are.
Where?
How about Wrigley Field?
Yeah. The Cubs ain't using it.
Oh, they weren't using it before the strike.
Oh, I'm sure you sports fans love that.
At the river!
So what if they don't let us use Wrigley? It's private property.
Oh, come on. Who's going to stop a bunch of great American guys from playing the great American pastime? Well, I mean, except for the police.
Well, at least it was great to hear the crack of the bat again.
That was a nightstick.
But you know, it was good to get outside and play a little baseball. We pitched well, we hit well. And man, Jefferson, I didn't realize you could run so fast.
Well, you run faster with a police dog in your back pocket.
Great show. Great show. I love Married with Children so much. I mean, I'm pretty sure like I'm pretty sure the whole idea for Married with Children was like, actually, you know what it was? It's because Married with Children was made in reaction to the Cosby Show. That was it. It was like it was their flip. That was it. I completely forgot. Yeah. Damn, dude. The Cosby Show. What about Unhappily Ever After? What is that? I don't think I've heard of it. Is this... Is Unhappily Ever After just like diet, it's store brand Married to Children? Is that what this is? I couldn't tell if Married to Children was sincere or not. I think Married to Children was a lot more aware. Like, I mean, even just how it frames Al and shit like that. Like, Al is always the joke. Like, it's kind of, what is it? What's that, All in the Family? Like, All in the Family. What's that shit called? I know it's kind of sad to bring this up now, but, yes. I was thinking like Archie Bunker, like that kind of energy of like, you expect him to be bigoted and you expect very little from him, but you want him to grow, right? That's kind of, I guess, the idea they had. But I think what ended up happening with Al Bundy was they just kept doing shit, and people around the show got more like, yeah, we love him, he's the king. And apparently there was so much, like, a bunch of dudes made a group, like a bunch of groups for No Ma'am chapters in America. There were No Ma'am chapters in North America. I want you to think about that. And there were a lot. And I mean a lot. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, it's just like, it's a dude clearly insecure with his own, like, masculinity and how he's grown up, constantly harkening back to his 4 touchdowns, you know? What is this? How Al Bundy became an icon. Yeah, this is a good Jose video. I watched this years ago, but in fact, I think this is how I found Jose, because I am a big fan of this show. I've always been a huge fan of Married to Children. Always. It's such a good show. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna process trauma now. It's good. Let's go process some trauma.
When you've concluded this, the mood of this painting is
Metropolitan? I mean, I guess nostalgic is kind of the vibe I associate with it.
if you were an animal living in the woods across the road, which of these creatures would you most like to be?
I am finished, so the answer would be a deer.
Who is watching her?
Who is watching her? A passerby, a peeping Tom, a killer, the artist, me. Me. It's a symbolism for the mundane of everyday life.
Most people wish they'd never gotten married.
I have an opinion on this. I think a lot of people, this is more common in like my parents' day. I think a lot of people associated marriage with growing up. Yeah, all right, fine. We've already heard from your mom. Just click true. Yeah.
This painting should be called
Young Love, Pinocchio's Dream, Nightmare by the River. Woody. Woody is so lame. Woody is like, oh, it's a funny line. It's, oh, funny joke. This is the funny option. I always select the funny option. Oh, Woody. No, it's Young Love.
the liquid will...
Ooze between her thighs. Spread onto the floor. Stain the white sheets. Plug up the funnel.
The man is whispering.
They want me to pick G. Your hair smells terrible. This is the same. This is Woody. This is Woody. You are beautiful.
The young couple are
Contemplating the passing of time. In a painting above the mantel, standing in front of a mirror. I like standing in front of a mirror.
most of the time. I am a very sad person.
False.
Allison. Allie, the nurse is here.
Did you say something, Michael?
I said the nurse is here.
Okay, I think she has ADHD.
Oh,
She's very good.
is she?
She has excellent qualifications.
Jody's not gonna like her.
They
She's gonna be
committing
afraid of
Romola
her
to an
and she's not
asylum.
gonna like her.
Yeah, Arkham Asylum. And I'm Batman. And I'm fucking Batman, bitch.
Hello, Allison.
Allison, this is the nurse.
I'm Catherine. Hi. I'm here to help you.
Wouldn't she be Batwoman? I fuck with gender norms because I'm just like that.
You have a beautiful house.
It was my family's farmhouse, but we don't do any farming anymore. So, have you spent much time in the country before?
No, not really.
Well, you're in for quite an experience. And at first you're gonna miss all the noise and the hubbub, but
It's a lovely place, but I'm not here for a vacation, Mr. Overton.
I understand that.
This is the first time we've had a stranger come live with us. I know exactly how you feel. When I was a little girl, we had to have a
I
nurse
think
live
they
in our
want us
house
to
take care of my mother who suffered a stroke.
reflect on the positioning of them in the movie. I'm gonna teach you guys how to do a little bit of media analysis, okay?
That's what made me decide to become
We
a
gotta
nurse.
compare where everyone is
That's how
standing.
tremendous good you can do for other people if they'll let you. We will. Won't we, Michael?
Well, yes. Yes, of course we will.
He's distant. He's distant from her. She looks to him for support, for anchoring, but he is distant and far, and she is unable to anchor herself.
Sure, if that's okay with you, honey.
Of course. It's all right, Michael.
The fact that he stands up means he's not on the same plane as her. He's on the same level. He's disconnected.
I'm going to bed now.
You and Catherine finish your talk?
She was tired. She had a long day.
What's this game called?
where is she
TLC.
I don't know. In a room, I suppose.
She didn't want to speak to me first?
No.
So how was it?
How was what?
Your talk with Catherine.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice. So does that mean that you're happy that she's here?
Is he
Of course
autistic?
I'm happy, Michael. Why wouldn't I be happy to have professional help for Jody?
But I thought... I mean, it's very good, honey. It's the right attitude.
They're disconnected. She thinks
know,
it's for Jody. He
This
thinks it's
works
for
out. I
them.
may be able to go back to work sooner than I thought.
That'd be fine.
I thought you had a problem with me leaving you.
I think it would be good for you to go back to work. Don't forget to say goodnight to Jody.
I won't.
They're just talking over each other. This is why you got to learn how to have basic communication skills. They're just talking past each other. They have no common ground. They don't know what the fuck's happening. They're just hoping the nurse will fix things for him. He opened a beer and he went outside. That's not good. It's not good. Oh man, I got to see some boobs. I need some bra boob when I'm outside drinking my tree beer. He went outside by a tree at night and you wouldn't get it. I really wouldn't. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a certain way from all the dudes in chat watching this guy and being like, it makes sense. Relax. Calm down, girl. Calm down.
I think she's asleep. I didn't want to disturb her.
She's awake. I heard her right before you came in.
I think we need some communication, not tree beers. The upcoming sex scene? There's no way there's a sex scene, right? There is. Are we like... Not, I mean like... Not like... Right? Like, it's gonna be like... You know? It is like that. It's movie sex. Okay, whatever.
That was impressive. The way Catherine immediately seemed to penetrate Allison's shell and make contact. I have to admit that she gained more of Allison's confidence in a few minutes than I did in 6 months. Wonder what I was doing wrong. Maybe it's because she's a woman. Though I prefer not to think against her.
All his logic is like penetrate and shit. This is like old school male. This is like old school feminist literature shit, dude.
What about that performance at the window? It almost seemed as if she knew that Michael was out there.
What?
What do you think?
No! No!
My drives might be put in the following order. Strongest first.
My drives might be put in the following order. Like I'm shifting gears? Oh my god. Feeding, sleeping, self-preservation. I feel like self-preservation's higher than... it should be higher than that. Look, I'm ADHD. Feeding is not number one. I hate to say it, okay? I'd love to say feeding is my number one. It's not. It's not. But the thing is, no matter what, that's the only one where sex is last. Most of the time, look, sex at worst gets put second. I guess that's true.
Is masturbation better than sex with another person?
Why are you asking me this? Ooh-wee. Getting nervous now, huh, Streetbird? Yeah. Yeah. How about I take a break and we start naming some influential figures in African American history? Because I'm thinking we get something different going on here. I think we need to get something going here. It depends on who you're with.
Which of the following terms best describes the way Catherine appeared in her uniform? I would trust the mental health of myself or a loved one to a psychiatrist.
What?
God has an influence on my life. Did Catherine know Michael was watching when she appeared?
I would have waited. I would have thought about it if it was Allah as a question instead of God. No.
Had Michael fantasized about Catherine before she appeared undressed in front of her window?
I mean, I mean, I want to say yes, but I don't know. I want to say yes because he has hypersexualization tendencies, but do I know that? No. But let's be honest. Okay, I gotta put on my glasses to read this shit. Remind me to never again to jump to conclusions about a person, because from the first instant I met Mrs. Randolph, Catherine, I mean, I liked her because she has very kind eyes, nice hands, and she's dedicated to her job, which I know that she wants Jody to get better, not because Jody is her patient, but because Catherine cares about life, because she is a true caregiver. But I kind of get the feeling that Michael grates on Catherine's nerves. And he's avoiding Jody, and he's avoiding her, and it is hurting her feelings. So I have to tell him to say goodnight to her well. Maybe he's afraid, like me, that something bad is going to happen. And maybe he feels so guilty about the accident that he's ashamed when he sees her. I can't stand to have anyone touch me except Jody. Of course not, since the accident. So someone touching me, trying to console me, to hold me, it makes me feel sick and tense like nails on a chalkboard. But poor Michael wants to touch me, but I can't let him. I can't stand to feel his hands on my body. I can't stand when he kissed me. Jody's body is so light. It's so light that almost she'll float away, and sometimes she stares in his face with this vacant expression on her face, as if she were seeing right through me, as if I wasn't really there. Well, today, as I was sitting on her bed, I began to weep. I was shaking and crying. I couldn't stop. Why are you sad? Are you sad? Asked Jody. And I told her I was crying because I was so happy. So happy that she was all right and she's never going anywhere without a seatbelt again. She'll never be hurt again. I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow. I'm glad that Catherine's here. Okay, so it sounds like she has a form of PTSD, dissociation from like a car crash that maybe took the life of their kid, which is kind of heavy, isn't it?
Hi, I'm Dr. Betty Sharpstone. If you can't quite get your act together, if your issue is poor self-image and depression combined with a mix of self-pity, you need to read my new book, I Can't Stand Myself, 10 Ways Women Can Get a Life. I was a single mother. I worked my way through college. I even managed to get a black belt in Taekwondo. So don't try to tell me that you can't do it. Quit whining and get on track.
Oh,
A trip to your bookstore.
I hated this era. I hated this era of like it's that story. It's the story I told you guys where when I was a kid, they would show those ads on TV about starving kids in Africa, and I would be so sad. I would be so sad seeing those. Because I was like, why the fuck are they playing ads for it? Help these fucking kids instead of making ads. And I was like, Mom, you need to send money to these kids in Africa now, or I will be furious. And she was like, they just keep doing that. And then it kept going for 10 years, and I'm assuming it numbed me to it. But let it be known, shit was like that. No.
When you-
I need to go to the bathroom. What's that? Oh, yeah. I forgot. There's pills. I can't really read this, though. Allison. I mean, is it just going to be she's not taking her meds? Is that it? Are you a vampire? I mean, aspirationally, yes. Wait, is this erotic art again? Oh, no.
When the
I've already
next
seen
TAT
that.
will be given in the bathroom. Look.
What does that mean? It's a goal. I don't like doing this. I'm a privacy person. And I know when people say I'm a privacy person, that usually means they're freakish in some way. But I mean more like I have a comprehension for things I should not be hearing. Again, this reminds me of being a part of the FGC, and two of my friends broke up and are arguing on the timeline. Is the energy, you know?
I just met with Allison.
I can't do that.
It was very disconcerting. She reminds me so much of Colette. The way Colette was when I first met her. Damaged goods, the diamond covered with mud, all that. When I sat down next to Allison and took her hand in mine, I felt my neck and chest become flushed. It's not just her appearance that's similar to Colette's. It's that look in her eyes. It's hard to describe it. At first they seem dull and lifeless, like the eyes of a corpse, but then just for an instant you see a glimmer of life. You see her former personality. It's just the way she was before the accident. It's just fighting to get out. I can see that Allison's true self is warm and vibrant and sensual. And I'm gonna help her get it back. Oh, I know. You're muttering, here we go again with the Mother Teresa complex. Well,
I didn't
sometimes
think
I
that
wonder
at
if I
all.
did become a nurse simply because I'm drawn to wounded people. But I know that I am good at what I do. No, not good. I'm excellent. And I really believe that we're here on this earth for a reason. My purpose in life is to help people get well. Michael and I had an immediate connection, the wrong kind of connection. I'll just have to be careful with him. And myself, too.
Okay, this maybe went away. This kind of went away. No, I'm like This is going away I did not expect. I'm shaking. I don't know why that made me laugh. Allison looks shockingly like Colette. I even thought for an instant she was Colette. That old dizzying burn. It's been ages since it last weakened my knees. Now it radiates out from the center of my body. I held Allison's hand. I sat beside her on the sofa, wanting and not wanting her to be Colette. I don't think they noticed how distracted I was. Allison, my heart goes out to her and Michael. I couldn't see him, but I know he was out there alone in the dark watching. What is going on, brother? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What is going on? Why did you have a folder that just says hermaphrodite?
When you've concluded this...
I'm not cut out for this therapy shit, man. I'm not cut out for it. What is this? Oh, it's for the animation. I don't know. I'm like mind fried after that. The game is 20 hours. This game is the kind of weird that fascinates me. So even if it was, I may have to lock in. Do we get shot if we ask about the webcam? Mine? I look good, thanks. Mrs. Randolph arrived. I have to admit she's nothing like I expected. First of all, she's very attractive and young. She did something really strange. She began unbuttoning the sheer blouse she was wearing. I have to admit, I was turned on. She gave me this sexy look. I couldn't help glancing at her breasts. I had a sudden impulse to touch them. It made me feel manipulated, though, like she was toying with me. Maybe she doesn't think about stuff like that since he's a nurse, but it seems so inappropriate. For a second, I had the notion of firing her on the spot. I don't know. Was she flirting with me, teasing me? It's so hard to tell. I don't know if I like her. Every time I tried to start a conversation with her, she blew me off. Maybe she just wants to keep everything on a professional level. But I was hoping we would be working closely together to help Allie. While Mrs. Randolph was getting acquainted with Allison, I took a walk up in the hills. I hadn't been up there since the accident. It's such a relief to be able to leave her alone. I realize I need to get away from the house more, and maybe now that nurse is here, I can go back to work. The other day, I had lunch with Leon. We went to this crappy Mexican place that he likes. He asked me when I was coming back to work, and I said I didn't know. He told me about his niece who was paralyzed from the neck down in a bicycle accident. She never gave... Oh, everyone in this family was so hopeless and depressed except the niece. She never gave up hope. It's been a struggle, but she's been going through physical therapy, and she's actually getting some feeling back. The doctors might think she might walk again someday. He told me I should be inspired by her story. He said I should never give up hope. He also told me I need to rely on my friends. Well, he's not really my friend. He's my boss, just the guy I work with. I've only really had one great friend in my life, Mark Sievers, my best friend in high school. He was a genuine natural. One of those guys who could do almost any sport without hardly trying. Mark was a daredevil, too. He would jump 20 feet out of a tree or ride a motorcycle full throttle down a dirt road. At night, screaming like a maniac. Everybody at school loved him. They all had high hopes for Mark. I think I'm beginning to understand what's happening. He was sure to get an athletic scholarship to a good college. Mark and his family moved into the house across the woods The summer before my freshman year. I was sitting in my tree fort one day when Mark climbed up through the hole in the floor. He had some dirty magazines and a joint. I had never seen one of those illicit things before. Mark got away with everything. People instantly liked and trusted him. All the girls were in love with him, and he was incredibly lucky. He always won games or bets. He never lost a fight. Once he actually evaded the police on his motorcycle when they tried to give him a ticket. He took off cross country and they never caught him. This exploit became one of our high school legends. I can admit now that I was jealous of him. He exuded confidence. He never seemed to struggle at anything. He always got what he wanted. But he was a great friend, the kind of guy who would never let you down. They had a foreign exchange student from Germany. She was beautiful, really tall and athletic, pretty face, blonde hair, sly, sexy smile. We both instantly fell in love with her. Her name was Susanna, and she exuded this powerful sexual aura. The girls at school seemed like little kids compared to her. I was so jealous that Mark had this amazing creature staying in his house. He told me he could smell her when he walked by her room at night. She didn't wear any perfume, it was just the scent of her. Dude, he called her an amazing creature. I have to mention this. I was out on the side porch just now in the dark when Mrs. Randolph came to her window and stood there. I could have gone inside, but I was curious. She knew I was watching her. She knew I was out there. And so she put on this show for me. Sort of a display. What is she trying to prove? I can't stop thinking about her amazing body. Just knowing she's in the next room is going to make it difficult for me to sleep tonight. Attracted to her. I mean, I'm not dead. She's very sexy and alluring. I want to know more about her. I hope Allison never stumbles across this. I'm not going to say anything. What is this? Hugging the Shame Boy. Arthur Merlin has been a therapist and guide for over 25 years. He's the author of I Walk Like a Man, The Underbelly of Fraternal America, Travels in My Mind, The Big Book of Macrobiotic Desserts, and the Goofy Sufi on Children's Spiritual Primary. Okay, whatever. The other day, a friend of mine, I'll call him John, phoned and asked if I would like to get together for a cup of coffee. He told me he was having some problems with his wife and he needed some help. I have been a licensed therapist and family counselor for 25 years, and I could tell by the tone of John's voice that he was in trouble. We met at a restaurant later that day. John walked to the table and sat down with a big sigh. His expression had the shocked, dazed, blank, numb look I had seen on the faces of victims after a terrorist bombing. Susan is leaving me, he said matter-of-factly and stared at the menu without blinking. That's too bad, I replied. How did this come about? She says that I don't know how to love her, he said as he chewed on a fingernail. She says she doesn't love me anymore. I asked him how he responded to this. I didn't know what to say, said John as he rubbed his forehead. I just didn't know what to say, so I stood there. That made her even madder. She packed a suitcase and left me. John's reaction is typical of a lot of men. He was raised by a stern, stoic father who said only sissies cry and be a man and keep a stiff upper lip. And don't play with dolls, you look like a girl. John spent his entire childhood suppressing his emotions and feeling shame whenever he felt pleasure or love. Even masturbation was discouraged as a sinful, selfish act. John couldn't even love himself. John didn't want to go to war in Vietnam, but his father shamed him into enlisting. Oh my God. When John came home from the war, his psyche was scarred and withered by that experience. But even then, he was shamed into suppressing his anger and fear. Shame is the legacy of our Puritan ancestors. Shame is the heritage of our fathers. That's a banger line, dude. Shame is the seed we will pass on to our sons if we do not break the cycle. The shame boy is a little voice inside our heads that says, don't show emotion. Don't give your love freely. Don't look weak. In John's life, the shame boy had taken over his personality so completely that he appeared to be a callous, uncaring, cold man. In reality, John was a warm, loving, nurturing person. What I needed to do was to show him how to turn the shame boy into the lover boy. The shame boy cannot be killed. The shame boy cannot be smothered. The shame boy must be hugged. By embracing the shame boy, it loses all power. It struggles at first, like a child throwing a tantrum, but after a while it realizes it's helpless to resist and is filled with love. I gave John a mantra to repeat over and over again. Here's what I told him to say. I'm a good boy. I'm a happy boy. I'm a lover boy. He was instructed to sit in meditation for 1 hour every day and repeat the same. Then I told him to stand naked in front of a full-length mirror and look at his body. He was encouraged to say, I'm a beautiful man. I'm a lovely man. I'm a lover boy. Afterwards, he was told to go on a long walk and say something nice to every living thing he met. A love walk. After 2 weeks, John called me up on the phone and said, let's get together for coffee. I've got some news. I met John at the same restaurant. When he walked up to the table, he looked like a different man. His eyes were bright. His skin had a healthy tone. He smiled like somebody had just given a big, neat prize. Susan came back, he said with glee. We're going on a trip to Hawaii, sort of a second honeymoon. I asked him how this came about. I did everything you told me to, he replied. At first, I felt kind of silly, but then I really started to get into it. After a while, it was as if I could see the shame boy standing in the corner of the room watching me. He had this real mean look on his face. He made fun of me. Then slowly, as if he couldn't resist, he started to smile. He started to go with me on my love walk. Soon he was right there beside me, skipping and laughing. We said good morning to everybody we met. We had conversations with homeless people. We even spoke kindly to people we didn't really like. I remarked that this was quite a breakthrough. That's the least of it. After 2 weeks of this, I met up with Susan. At first, she didn't even recognize me. When I told her I loved her, she practically fainted. Then we both cried together. She said it was a miracle. John started crying again. I cried a little too, and there's more. I visited all my girlfriends, old girlfriends and ex-wives. I started warm, caring, beautiful relationships with all of them again. I asked if they were sexual relationships. Well, at first they were just platonic. After a while, they started begging me for it. Man, it's fantastic. I'm actually having 7 simultaneous relationships, and all of them are warm, caring, and loving. I told him this was quite a feat. Thank you, said John. I owe you my life. Without you, I would have never hugged the shame boy. When John left the restaurant, I could see his lover boy walking beside him and holding his hand. Oh! Oh, I get it. Oh. I see.
When you've concluded this,
I gotta admit, they had me in the first
TAT
half.
will be given in the bathroom. Look for the book.
Look for the book? Your game freakish humor. This was not my recommendation. This is Last Claire. This is Last Claire, not me. I was like, this is actually kind of sweet. This is kind of sweet. Like it's like he's overcoming internalized trauma, and he's overcoming the Puritan struggles within himself. He started having sex with yeah, then he's like, I just fucked every woman I knew. Thanks, champ. Oh my god. Holy shit. Lord have mercy. Okay, I have to look at this book. Don't look. It's important.
When you've concluded this test, you will...
Oh, I see it. So that is the last spot. Did I check the kitchen? I'll check the kitchen and then I'll go. Why did you click on the nipple? I didn't notice. Maybe it was just instinctual. I thought that was Germa.
I couldn't sleep. I thought it'd be weird having someone new in the house, but well, this is more than I bargained for. A lot more. I'm thinking about replacing her, but no, Allison shocked me with her response to Catherine. I mean, she was totally against the idea, and now she's acting like... I don't know.
Button up my shirt?
God, I wish I could stop thinking about her. I need to get to bed. Warm milk. It's supposed to help you sleep. I hope it works.
Hope it works. I mean, he's in night mode, is he not? Hope it works. No, he rizzed up all his exes because he showed who he really was. No, I get that. I get that. I get that. I get the point, right? I get the process, right? I will tell you guys, and maybe many of you know this already, there's nothing less attractive than somebody who is deeply, and I mean fucking deeply, insecure to the portion, to the point of like expressing, how do I describe this? I think in a way it's quite cool that it is a level of growth that shows that you are willing to grow and improve, right? Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't need to transition to know this, but I've realized there are a lot of people who, when faced with issues, can sometimes double down and try to force the block in the round hole even harder, right? I mean, look at the stream. You've seen me do it, right? Yes, yes. But like, if you come out of that and your conclusion is like, I started fucking all my exes, there are a lot of red flags. Like, there are a lot. I think you could argue, number one, disconnecting everything surrounding, we're going to call it X volatility, okay? X volatility. I am on good terms with almost all of my exes, right? Almost all of them. Except one. Except one. Literally one. Right? If they like him, you know. I mean, yeah, but I think this is a very abstract kind of thing where I think it specifies the emotional journey, but the reason why it ends the way it does, where it ends on like, okay, I overcame this, I grew, and then you look at what you get from it, and it's like, oh, I'm fucking everybody. I feel like that's almost a I think I need to explain it another way. It's like doing a good thing for bad purposes and having to process it afterwards, even though there is no malicious intent in the process, right? Does that make sense? Like, the conclusion is strange to me and makes me uneasy. That's what I'm saying. I think the overall message is good. But it, like, how do I, okay, here's more so what I'm saying. His issue at first is that his wife is leaving and he's struggling to express himself, right? When he comes and meets him again, the issue is not like, it's not focused on the expression as much, right? It's about how that issue for him has been overcome. Does that make sense? It's not about the emotional progress, right? It's more about, I'm back to fucking, right? That's what weirds me out a little bit. It's marked as a conclusion, but the conclusion I got is he's probably gay, to be honest. That was my conclusion. Yeah. Does she hate us? I thought the sex was just an ancillary byproduct. Honestly, I want to look at this again because I'm I like thinking about it. This game is not woke enough for closeted men. I'm pretty sure they're already implying that the wife is a lesbian or bisexual. Like, they're already dropping hints in. This is not it, is it? Yeah. Oh, no, no. I mean, it starts off... You're right. Fuck! Bisexuals didn't exist yet. Fuck! I know I'm doing materialist analysis on smut. This is what makes me think. This is what makes me think it, right? Thank you, said John. I owe you my life. Without you, I would have never hugged the Shame Boy. When John left the restaurant, I could see his lover boy walking beside him and holding his hand. It made me cry all over again. Right? They talk about the Shame Boy and the lover boy as an abstract concept, but it changes at the very end, right? He's saying he physically sees it. Right? So, to me, this kind of implies a circle and block hole kind of thing, you know? That's like a bad way to put it, but you know what I mean. You never did anything like this for Blippo Plus. I think it's because Blippo Plus is a lot more ideologically compact. Like, I think Blippo Plus was a lot tighter, and it's how it's expressing. Yes, yes. This is definitely an artsy fucking game. Like, this is like for art nerds. Like, full stop. Like, I think we can all agree that. We agree with that. I want to know when this came out. 1997. This is from 97, dude. Oh my God. Lord have mercy.
When you 4-foot-long penises are...
Too big.
What does the skeleton represent?
I don't know. When I look at this, what did you confirm to us? It asked, what do you think about 4-foot cocks? That's your fucking response? If your answer is anything like contesting what I just said, you gotta pretend to go out a little more. It said 4 foot. It said foot. Like foot long. Foot. I don't know. In this case, it seems like a, what is it? I don't know. I don't think pan. I think like path. Like I think like a cocoon moment, right? That's the kind of energy it is. The skeleton is to her back, right? It's grabbing her hair. Oh, you're right. Okay, you're right. I didn't see that. It's too low res on my screen. It's too low res, so it just looked like her hair. I think that's a good eye. That's a good eye. I will say her pain. Fuck!
These women are standing in...
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Where do you do this? Where do you do this?
Women who like to be on top are...
Sure.
What is going on here?
What is going on here? The woman is playing with her pet bird. The woman is posing for an artist. Animal, no. The animal,
What was the first thing you noticed about this?
Her face.
Is oral sex
what state you're in? No. I mean, what is that?
There is so much nudity in art because...
The naked body is beautiful.
Which surface of the stone would you most like to touch?
The smooth parts.
The old man reminds me
It's
of...
great talent. It's a great talent. If you've ever touched marble, like at all, like thin marble, like soft marble that they've smoothed out, is fucking crazy, dude. The old man reminds me of Father Time Moses, a philosopher, Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders.
Most people equate sex.
No, it's life.
Lesbian relationships are...
I thought you were still sleeping.
I've been going over your wife's medication. And I think that using Valium as a depressant and Seconal as a sleeping pill is overkill. Ideally, we should wean her off.
Oh yeah.
medication.
I mean, like,
like
some really good. I'll show you guys that.
I will consult with Dr.
No
Turner on this,
subtitles.
of course.
No subtitles.
Is she awake?
No. She sleeps late most mornings. By the time I bring her breakfast up, she's usually awake.
That's a mistake.
What is?
You're keeping her too comfortable and secure in her condition. We need to bring her out to a more active and self-rewarding existence. I take it you didn't always make breakfast.
There's a number of things I do now that I didn't do before. Allison hasn't cooked or baked a thing since Jody. Since the accident.
Your wife is desperately holding on to the past. But by you doing things that you never did before, you're helping her to create an unreal world. A world of illusion, where she doesn't do the things she did before and is actually losing her grip on the past.
Makes sense.
Maybe it
Why
is a
Dr. Turner
little like
put it that way?
Umineko.
Just trust me, please. I have a lot
We
of
need
experience
to
with people
apply the
understanding my-
materialist perspective to this.
We need to change things. Starting now.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not intending to do anything shocking, are you?
No. Just go upstairs and tell her it's time we all had breakfast.
It might be too abrupt.
It's not too abrupt.
She'll understand that you have a stranger in the house and you want to make a good impression.
The mornings are always the worst. The depression, it's overbearing.
Do you want me to do it?
No. I'll do it.
Good. Tell her that I'd like to discuss Jody's breakfast.
Oh, he's gonna get a little insecure with her, isn't he? He's gonna be like, there's a woman in my house and she's scary. No, ma'am. What if he gets a no, ma'am shirt? Do you see how that was formatted underneath a table? It means there's a disconnect between what he sees and what she sees. Therefore, they're having miscommunications.
Allison.
Listen to the perfect tick of that clock.
Allison. The nurse is down in the kitchen and she wants breakfast. She wants to discuss Jody's breakfast with you.
Jody's breakfast?
I think you better handle this.
Yes.
This is provoking. This is provoking many different angles of anxiety for me in a very specific way, and I do not like it.
She seems to be having the right effect on Allison, but I'm not sure about the way she's affecting Michael. What about that bit of business under the table? Do you think she did that on purpose? Michael
No.
appears to be a little confused. I must admit, so am I.
I have bowel problems.
I can shit with the best of them.
Prescription drugs are always good as long as they're prescribed by a doctor.
Are you fucking... Wait, what? They're always good as long as they're prescribed by a doctor. I think they did a fucking court case about this in the 80s.
Catherine can only relate to men on a sexual level.
Okay. If it does not want me to have this, like, distrust towards the vet of this story, you cannot be asking me questions like this. You can't. You cannot.
Is it ever appropriate for a nurse to question a doctor's authority?
I'm not a fucking doctor. I don't know about this. Is there a doctor in here? Do we have a doctor in here? I don't want to break... Look, I follow rules and systems, okay? I follow rules and systems. That's why when I talk about Tupac, I just talk about the first album and not the second, okay? I'm not a bootlicker. No. You're a lapdog. I'm not a lapdog. I'm taller than, like, everybody. Should authority be questioned?
Feelings for Catherine.
No, no, no. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. There is a authority structure. But, like, I don't know enough about the medical system. If you've ever read about racial biases in the medical field, you would know that is 100% a yes. That's a good point. That's a great point. I thought of it more of like, too narrowly. Michael has inappropriate feelings for Catherine. I mean, he's having inappropriate thoughts.
Sometimes I wish I could control another person with the power of my mind.
What? Fuck no. It's like The Sims. Once you turn on God mode, it becomes very unfun. Okay, let's read her diary. I slept better than I expected and woke feeling my calmer, more poised self. What a day yesterday was. The chemistry with Michael then Allison was looking so much like Colette. I'm still not over it, but now I'm more intrigued than shocked. Colette just never understood. For me to be intimate with someone didn't mean I had to be monogamous. And sleeping with her didn't mean I had to give up on men. I fucking told you, by the way. Her leaving hurt me, though. I enjoyed her as much as anyone. I never wanted to lose her. I always wanted to be friends. I told Allison that watching a nurse take care of my mother after she'd suffered a stroke inspired me to become a nurse myself. Of course, the story isn't true, but as in the past, it helped establish a bond. The truth is that I became a nurse for no particular reason at all that I can think of, and I got into psychiatry simply because there was a job opening. But that's when it all changed. I turned out to be good at it, very good. And now that I'm a licensed therapist, the doors are really beginning to open. God, I was sick of following orders from those idiot doctors. The only difference between them and me was that they could afford to go to med school, and they had some sweet, dedicated, naive woman just like me to put them through like I did for my ex, and every one of them felt threatened because I was smarter than they were, except Turner. Condoms. A 35... Read it all. A 35-year-old white female came to the clinic to be treated for depression. She was obsessed with collecting used condoms. Her fetish was extremely arousing, but it disgusted her. She realized that what she was doing was not normal, and this made her morose. She worked as an insurance underwriter at a big agency in Portland. She was a very neat, well-dressed woman. I instantly noticed her beautiful, well-manicured fingers. For several years, she'd been gathering the spent prophylactics from areas of prostitution. She never saved condoms from her own sexual encounters, though. She kept the strangers' condoms in cigar boxes that belonged to her grandfather. She was using them shit like baseball cards.
I love to watch Allison knit. She sits so still like a statue, but her hands are moving incredibly fast. It's like she's in a trance, like she's possessed by the ghost of the State Fair knitting champion. I'm walking out in the garden and the wisteria's blooming and the air smells of honey. Whoa! Hello? Did I break this thing? A big fat bumblebee just flew into my head and I dropped the recorder. Well, I'm okay now. The recorder appears to still be working. I'm standing by an old barn watching some little birds build a nest. They're so busy. Can you hear them chirping? One of them has some golden stuff in his beak that he's weaving into the nest. It looks like hair. Now he's flying up to the house. He's going to the window of my bedroom. Oh my gosh! He's taking the hair out of my brush that I left on the windowsill. Oh, how neat. They're using my hair to help build their home.
I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say, dude. I'm uneducated and I'm scared. I can't read this. It's too small. The paradox. Love with excessive heat. More young than old. Death kills with too much cold. We die, but what? Hold on. We die but once, and who loved last did die, but who spoke it, who told it, did lie. Such life is like the light which shines yet, when that light of light has set. I cannot say I've loved, for who can say that he or she was killed yesterday? What? That is We Are Charlie Kirk lyrics. What? Take a long, relaxing bath. You and your partner can do this together or separately. Scent the water with a pleasing essential oil. Unhurriedly create a quiet, intimate space. Light the space dimly with candles. Burn incense. Play soft music. Spread pillows about. Undress at a leisurely pace. Begin the process of bonding with your partner. Okay. I won't lie, this game's throwing me through some hoops. What's this? Oh, that's the portrait. I kind of like how it's formatted, though. I won't lie. I think it's kind of interesting.
Hi, Dr. Betty. I love your show. It's changing my life.
Thanks, Sally. How can I help?
Well, I've got a little problem.
That's why people call in.
This is just the Devil's
Can you turn
Night.
your radio off? We're getting feedback.
Oh, sorry.
That's better. Now,
I'll get right to the point. My husband and I are having problems in the bedroom.
sexual problems.
Yeah. You see, Matt just doesn't know how to please me.
Have you talked about it?
Sure.
Have you been to any kind of therapy for couples?
Yes, we went for 6 months. Nothing worked.
So your husband knows what you want, but he won't give it to you.
Precisely. He thinks I'm too, kinky.
He has a problem with your bedroom fantasies.
Yeah, he's offered to do everything but that one thing, and it's driving me crazy.
And the one thing is?
I can't mention it on the air.
Oh, come on, Sally. It's the 90s.
That's what I tell Matt all the time.
Let me take a wild guess. Does your husband have a problem with oral sex?
Not at all.
So what's the problem, Sally?
He won't wear the rubber Nixon mask.
I'm sorry, Sally. What did you say?
He won't wear the Richard Milhouse Nixon mask. He thinks it's weird.
This
You
is the
want
Dev
him
of
to
Night.
Wear a Nixon mask when you make love.
Yeah.
And he thinks you're weird.
Yeah. Isn't that silly?
Sally,
Yes.
you need help.
They just cut it there? They just cut it there. You need help, girl. This is Chat and Ramola. I think we got a little more talent. Catherine told me I should stop taking so much medicine because she said that they made me too sleepy and that I need to be wide awake because Jody needs me to be alert. Catherine in the house is like having a big sister over for a visit and not like a nurse at all. I had a funny dream. I was a little girl, the same as Jody, and when I woke up, I looked at my body and was amazed how grown up my body is. Then I looked at myself in the mirror like I haven't seen myself since the accident and was shocked at how old. And Jody said I looked just the same, and she said that I'm the prettiest mom in the world. And God, what a beautiful day, and I'm glad that Michael finally listened, got a professional like Catherine to come because he thought we could take care of Jody all on our own, and he's just like a man. To not ask somebody for help, like when we had a flat tire on a country road and refused to walk across the field to that farmhouse to use their phone. So we had a big fight, and Jody and I had to sit in the car and wait for an hour when you walk to the gas station. I bet that's where their thing happened, right? Their accident. Would you fuck someone in those Obama Halloween masks? That's that one meme, the Obama song. I'm in love with Obama song. Remember that?
Hello. This is Dr. Turner. You have reached the Chrysalis Institute. If you would like to make an appointment, please call back during business hours, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thank you for your call, and remember, to become a butterfly, one must first be nurtured in a protective cocoon.
I already said that. Remember that? I'm breaking the fucking ankles on the media literacy right now. I'm breaking ankles. Bigly. Hold on.
Thank all of you for your time, your suggestions,
Remember this?
encouragement, and your prayers.
This is what you're
I
talking
look
about.
forward to continuing our conversation in the weeks and months to come.
Hey, B, it's me. If you're there, pick up. I was just watching you on C-SPAN. Anyway, call me back.
You seem to float onto the floor. Democratic Convention 2004. I never wanted anybody more than I wanted you. So I put down my carry sign. Knew I had to make you mine. Smile black and sexy, you're so fine. 'Cause I got a crush on Obama. Wait till 2008.
My favorite part of this song is the backing vocals. Oh, I posted this in the Discord earlier. Dude, this is actually, it's an AI version of We Are Charlie Kirk into the USSR version, but since it's AI, it can't actually get it can't do the trumpets, right? Like when you think of like socialist music, you think of the International, right? Where play that shit, champ. Play it. Yeah, pull it up, Jamie. Pull it up, Jamie. Pull it up, Jamie. Pull it up, Jamie.
Stand up, all victims of oppression.
You're an AI shill. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. I feel like if you're an AI shill, you probably don't open with "I love how bad it is." It can't do anything. But I will say, credit where credit is due. The top comment is, or one of the top comments, sorry. Commissar Gerkov was a devout member of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union and brave warrior, often setting up frontline debate meetings to educate and inspire his fellow soldiers. One day, he was answering the questions about the right of peasants to bear arms and tried to clarify counting or not counting Gulag violence. Counting or not counting Gulag violence. I fucking love that. Do you see what I mean? It's like, it's watered down. It's not even as impactful. But it's like trying. And this is how I would describe Charlie Kirk's career. That's absolutely a perfect analogy for Charlie Kirk's career. Hold on, I gotta read their diaries real quick. It is Battlefield music. I'm gonna say it white. I know. It's. I mean, that's kind of like the John Candy video I showed last time. The "You'll Be Brainwashed." Where's the full version of that? What's that movie called? Volunteers.
Fight for Washington State. Win the victory.
Hey, thanks for the resub. Two arms folded. This one's for you.
Best in the West, we know you'll all do your best. So on, fight till the end. Honor and glory you must win. So fight.
When someone in my chat just says white, or they're like, being a black viewer of Ramola is like carrying the cross, this is how I feel. Like John Candy.
Tuttle from Tacoma. Do you know where you are? My guess is I'm in the clutches of the angry Pink Menace. I am Suvana. We will be spending much time together. You'll get nothing from me but my scorn. Come, this is the People's Army. From here we strike out and bring hope to the oppressed. The oppressed who are still slaves to running dog, foul-breathed, capitalist vermin like yourself. We exist only to spread the word. Tom Tuttle von Tacoma. You will be brainwashed. Me? America's son? Ha! That will be a challenge. You bet. Our enemies are all those in league with imperialism. The bureaucrats.
This is how I picture EDL in 5 years.
Very good, Tom. You quote the chairman well. Our enemies are all around us. We must always be on our guard. Sure, we'll lose a lot of snooze time, but that's okay. We'll catch up after the revolution's over. That's enough, Tom. The leading force behind our revolution is the industrial proletariat. Our closest friends are the entire city proletariat and the petty bourgeoisie. That's enough, Tom. But there's so much more. I said that's enough! The time has come to tell you your mission. Oh, yes, my mission. I'd like that very much, comrade. Good. Tom, the bridge you were building for the lying, malignant, snake-infested Yankee Peace Corps. That bridge is important to us. It gives us an easy access across the river. We can drive our brand new people's truck across it and plaster the words of the chairman on every tree, rock, and animal for miles until we run out of the people's gas. Yes. You, Tom Tuttle of Tacoma, are going to ensure that that bridge is built and that no one in Lungtar interferes with our plans. In a week, I'll have that village running like Peking. And if someone does stand in your way...
Dude, it's actually so fucking good that it's so good that a Maoist trains an American and he just automatically comes out spouting Leninist talking points to Maoists. Dude, this is what I do. I do this. Me. Anyways, I'm glad we learned from that. Let's read. On the computer. That had nothing to do. No, I was saying I feel like John Candy there. Unaware, desperate to learn, and hard at work. I don't know if I like the idea of Allison going off the drugs. It scares me. After the accident, the drugs were the only thing that kept Allison from having her fits. I need to call Turner and ask him what he thinks. Allison did perk up, though, when I mentioned Jody's breakfast. I guess that's a good thing. Mrs. Randall crossed and uncrossed her legs for me. I know she knew I was watching her. I just know it. Turner must have told her that Allie and I haven't had sex since the accident, so why is she doing this to me? It isn't fair. Women just don't understand how doing something like that can drive a man crazy. A little while ago, I was showing Catherine where we keep all the cleaning stuff. She brushed up against me and her breast touched my arm. It was like getting a shock. God, I realized Catherine reminds me of Susanna. At first, I didn't believe that she and Mark were having sex, but when he told me how it happened, I knew he wasn't lying. He had been watching TV in the basement. Susanna came down in her bathrobe. She said she was having trouble sleeping. She sat next to him on the couch. He glanced over and saw that her robe was slightly open. She was naked underneath. She knew he was looking at her, but that's what she wanted. She spread her legs a little wider to give him a better view. He started kissing her, and he went down on her. She did the same for him. I imagined this scene hundreds of times. I put myself in Mark's place, Susanna with a robe up and show her perfect breasts, her long hair on her naked shoulders. They started having sex all the time. Susanna was on the pill, so they didn't have to worry about her getting pregnant. He told me everything that they did. It drove me insane with desire. Catherine and Susanna, very few women have what they've got, that raw sexuality that pulls guys to them like moths to a flame. Unbuttoning her shirt in front of me, standing in the window, uncrossing and crossing her legs, bushing up against me. What is she thinking? I don't know. I don't know. I think, what about the Shame Boy? What does the Shame Boy have to say about things? Oh my god. Dude, therapists deal with this shit? Therapists live like this? I'm staying a streamer. Or like talking about history. At least when I talk about history, everyone there's dead, you know? I'm not cut out for anything else. Hold on, let me check the kitchen. When people treat Twitch streamers like therapists, this is what it's like. A little, honestly. Just a little. I was great at material analysis until I realized the boobs are in the materials. This is tough. I don't know. It just looks like everyone's really horny and they want to share it with everyone, but they're too shy. Well, Molester is probably the best we can get for therapy here in the UK. I believe that. I thoroughly believe that, wholeheartedly.
When you can, the man should be the head of the family.
No,
Around
Engels.
her neck, she is wearing a
key.
You can tell by looking at this little boy that he is
He's got a dog, a sweet little boy.
the figure in the shadows of the room is
It looks like a statue.
the dog is thinking.
Kill the cat. I'm hungry.
A cemetery is a good. If you fall in a well, what should you
I don't know. I think I missed the last one. Yeah, I guess float.
These people are
Quaint? I wouldn't say any of these. I guess, like, I don't know, plain is a rude way to put it. Quaint?
Will the lion ever really lie down?
I couldn't say. It's such a reflective answer.
Good morning. Sorry I slept so late. Yes, well, we have to get on a schedule, so it's best we start right away. Okay.
See how the man
upstairs
is
and
also
get dressed, Mr.
distanced from them
Overton. I'll call you
again?
when we're ready.
Do you see that? Activate your media literacy. She's out of focus when it focuses on her face, which means he is not thinking about her, the nurse, or he's trying not to. Perhaps he's trying not to engage in this instance. It seems he's now mowing a lawn. Thanks. Now you don't have to go to school for it.
What's up?
Allison wants you to do
So
that
you
later.
hate higher education?
Why? I'm almost finished and it's supposed to rain.
If I had my
It'd be
way,
helpful to me if you could do it later.
I would be giving like 10 different layers of free
Jody's
education.
trying to take a nap and you're keeping her awake.
You're not qualified for that. But I got the ideological reasons.
What are you doing?
Lower your voice.
He's gonna start getting mad at her now.
In the beginning, it's going to be very important for me and for you to follow through and do the things we say we're going to do.
Ramona's School for Learning, yeah. And Buddy, one of the schools is studying Disney's Fillmore. You know who else hated higher ed? Mal.
You should have a sponge bath.
Oh, you're so funny. You're so funny. You're so LOL funny. You're so LOL funny. They can't make me hate you, Mal. When I'm on the clock, Marxist-Leninist. When I'm off the clock, male lover.
Hi, Mrs. Greenstreet. I know I don't have an appointment, but I really need to speak with Dr. Turner for just a minute.
He's with a patient.
Oh, can I wait?
He's got a very tight schedule.
I'll just be a few minutes.
He's due at the state hospital immediately after this appointment, and he's running late.
It's important that I see him very briefly.
Is this an emergency? Is your wife with you?
No, I just came from...
Then perhaps I can schedule an appointment for you.
No, look, it is an emergency. I really need to talk to him.
Please have a seat.
Why are you yelling at the receptionist?
I'll ask when he can see you.
Thank you.
I don't like people who yell at workers. At all. Why don't you play this game to ruin this guy's life? Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What are you looking at?
What kind of attitude was that?
Mr. Olding
We don't know
insisted
her.
on seeing you. I told him you were fully booked, but he said it's an emergency.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, Michael. Come on in.
This is a bedroom.
What's wrong, Michael?
I'm sorry, it's really not an emergency. Just the only way I could get Mrs. Greenstreet to agree to let me stay.
She tries to keep me on schedule. So, what's up?
Well, the therapist has arrived.
I know. She called me.
Oh, she did? Well, she never told me. She was critical of Allison's medication.
We did discuss it. But now that she's there, then I think we stand a good chance of getting Allison off some of the drugs.
Then you agree with her?
You don't?
I didn't think she was qualified to make those decisions. But I didn't want to appear critical of her either.
I understand. She is very experienced dealing with people in trauma. How does Allison feel about her?
Oh, much better than I expected.
Well, that's a good thing, then.
Well, I suppose.
You don't like her, is that it?
No, it's not that I don't like her.
Has there been some...
Everyone always says it. It's not that I don't like her, but I don't like
Her
her.
methods seem unorthodox.
How so?
Well, she's very authoritarian, for one thing. She's virtually bossing me around in my own house.
This is the Al Bundy thing.
Catherine is used to a lot of responsibility. She was a head
He
nurse
said
at
the
a very
same
young
shit
age.
as Al Bundy.
She is extremely intelligent, you know.
Although her name is Mrs. Randolph, I get the feeling she no longer has a husband.
Divorced quite recently.
Guess she's better at solving other people's problems than her own.
The failure of a partnership should not be a condemnation of the people involved.
Any of the men want to back this guy up still?
Sometimes.
I think there's some red flags popping up. And buddy, red's my color.
I don't know why I said that.
Is there anything else?
He's making me disown
Yes,
it.
the most important point, actually. She seems to be humoring Allison too much.
Humoring her?
Yeah, I guess I expected her to be dealing in reality, but she just seems to be fostering the illusion. I mean, I just think she's going about it all wrong.
Well, she is very experienced at this sort of thing.
She's specialized with
You've been
with
dealing
like
with
these like
Allison's
PTSD
condition
and
for
shit.
What? 6 months now?
Yes, just over.
She has an enormous task, you know. And a major step would be for her to gain Allison's trust.
That's what she says.
Well, she's not lying.
No, I'm sure she
That's what
isn't.
she said.
I guess you think it's dumb for me to be so worried.
Oh, of course.
I'm cracking open
But
A
you
water.
must try not to feel so anxious. We're watching the situation very closely.
Right. Well, thanks for your time.
Strange seeing yourself like that. I thought I handled it rather well, though, don't you? I mean, if I knew then what I know now, I might have altered my approach somewhat, but given the circumstances, I think my responses to Michael's concerns were, well, appropriate, to say the least. Wouldn't you agree?
How do you feel in the company of highly intelligent people?
Oh, hell yeah. How do you feel in the company of highly intelligent people? Comfortable.
When it comes to abortion.
What? Wait, what?
Do you think that Allison has ever been unfaithful?
What? This is queer duck level of just punching you in the gut out of nowhere. I don't know. I don't think so. She's like, she seems like she's having issues processing like a passing of a kid. Is that unfaithful? No, I don't know.
How do you imagine Dr. Turner felt during his conversation with Michael?
I mean, he sounded a little concerned, right?
The word which best describes Mrs. Greenstreet is...
Mrs. Greenstreet? Who is Greenstreet? Okay, look, it's one thing to be like reading books and like seeing like dicks out and shit. Like, it's one thing if you're seeing like someone getting dick down, but then what if getting like on top of that, midway through it has a pop-up and it's like, what's your stance on abortion? I would be like, this kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't really ready for this, you know? I feel like we're jumping ahead a little too far. I don't know. She's just doing her job. She's efficient.
What emotion does Allison feel most strongly toward Michael?
Feel most strongly? She feels a lot of anger, I think. But there is indifference too, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's a bit of both. Maybe a bit of revulsion. She is showing some gay things, you know? Some gay feelings. I don't know, indifference? Where am I?
The next TAT will be given
Oh,
in...
I'm
My
in the
Receptionist-
office. Okay. What's on TV? Hello? I'm getting kind of nervous. I didn't even do anything. I didn't even do anything this time. Like, I can't even be like, oh, look at me, I did the thing again. It's just like it just broke on its own. I didn't do anything. I just clicked a button. I feel like I went down a list of 1 to 100, and on 86, the number just didn't want to load. God fucking damn it, dude. I bet I'm gonna have to play this shit all over again, too. Oh my god. Well, I guess I'm done for today. That was, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not flushing that game. I won't lie to you. That game has got me. That game has got me. There are queer undertones to this story, and they are suspicious at the moment. You flushed Home Safety Hotline. I quiet quit it. I was doing some quiet quitting. They have shit internet at the job. I'm not going back there to work. Of course I flushed that shit. I'm not going back to Home Safety Hotline. I can't even get on the internet there. Why would I go back to work? Too hard? I mean, yeah. I guess technically it is. Can't handle a real 9 to 5. No, let me explain this to you, Kathy. I'm going to explain this to you and I'm getting the fuck out, okay? Hold on. Put on the karaoke. When are you going to go back to Silent Hill F? I don't know. Maybe I do want to do it next. Love is like a bomb. Wait, what? I don't remember this part. Ba-bomb, ba-bomb, ba-bomb. That's a Pokemon. Love is like a bomb. I want her. Hey, 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 hey. Thanks, B. Okay. Let's go. Love is like a bomb, baby. Come on, get it on. Living like a lover with a radar phone. Looking like a tramp, like a video vamp. Demolition woman, can I be your man? Rattling and dazzling, a flashing little light. Television lover, baby, go all night. Sometime, anytime, sugar me sweet. Little Miss Innocent, sugar me, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Come on. Take a bottle. Shake it up. Break the bubble. Break it up. Ugh. Ooh, in the name of love. Come on, fire me up. I can't get enough. I'm hot, sticky sweet. From my head to my feet, yeah. Listen, red light, yellow light, green light, go. Crazy little woman in a one-man show. Mirror queen, mannequin, rhythm of her love. Sweet dream, saccharine, loosen up. Loosen up. Gotta squeeze a little, tease a little more. Easy operator, come on, knocking on my door. Sometime, anytime, sugar me sweet. Little Miss Innocent, sugar me, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Give a little more. Take a bottle. Shake it up. Break the bubble. Break it up. in the name of love. Come on, fire me up. Ooh, I can't get enough. I'm hot, sticky and sweet. From my head to my feet, yeah. When you realize most of these songs from this era are about 16-year-olds. Yes. Yes. Or they wrote them when they were literally 16. You got the peaches, I got the cream. Sweet the days, cause I'm on. Say what, sticky sweet. From my head to my feet. Do you take sugar? One lump or two? Take a bottle. Shake it up. Break it up. Break it up. Ooh, in the name of love. Come on, fire me up. Ooh, I can't get enough. Ooh, in the name of love. Get it. Come get it. He sounds like a Cyberman. I kinda did. I kinda did sound like a Cyberman.
Guys, I'm here now. It's Yamcha! That's right. Don't worry, guys. We worked ourselves half to death with our training.
What?
So I know that as long as we stick together...
This isn't it. What was Fetty Potter doing there? Hold on. Here we go.
Rude, no manners at all. You're done.
I did kind of sound like that. I kind of did. You're not wrong. I kind of did. Wow. Wowee. 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 Wow. Well, thanks a lot for hanging out. I had a lot of fun. Today was a fun little stream. You know, I really have. You know, I think I'm ready to announce it. I think we've surpassed the 2-hour limit. I think we've gone beyond that. I'm gonna send you guys off to the chickens. Go have a wonderful night. Stay safe. I'll be back again on Thursday. So be excited for that. I'm gonna do some big gamer skills, and I don't know. I hope I don't ruin a relationship. Thanks a lot for hanging out. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Stay safe. Remember to take your meds, and I'll see you guys again on Thursday. Peace.